welcome back to another Red Lights show with the hockey coach, Coach Frenchy, directly for the beautiful kingdom of animal and talent on amazing, great Tuesday night, November 18, 2025. Yes, we do the Red Light show usually a Sunday night, but this week with all this fun thing, the Grey Cup Sunday, and then the game last night, we bring back tonight the Red Light show on this great evening of hockey left and right. And I can wait talking about the Montreal Canadiens, you Bleu Blanc Rouge, le tricolore de Montreal. Taking out tomorrow night, we are back with the Laval Rocket. We are going to do the play-by-play. No show with Marco Larrabee tomorrow. And then Thursday night, Washington, Montreal. And Friday, Laval Rocket again. So we're going to have an opportunity to watch all the fun prospect for the Montreal Canadiens in the next couple of nights. So this is a place to be if you want to talk about your team, the Montreal Canadiens. Very happy to be with you. We have an excited show to talk tonight because we have a busy night. And why, Coach? Because, first of all, I don't know how much money he cost his phone during this month, but Ken Hughes is on the phone and very busy right now. Ken Hughes, so we're going to talk about what is next for the Montreal Canadiens for Ken Hughes. And of course, if you follow me, we do create a video every single day, 7 o'clock a.m. every morning. We talk about the Montreal Canadiens. And today we talk about what really happened last night between the Jacket and Montreal. And finally, of course, every day at 12 o'clock p.m., we release a short video about the Montreal. And this is official now. Not this Thursday, but the following Thursday, the Thanksgiving Day, we present, yes, the 5th edition of the HNLS Turkey Awards. Be ready because this is a fun night for all the people together. We celebrate the Thanksgiving and we gave awards for the players struggling the most since the beginning of the season, and the team are struggling the most. So don't miss that show again next Thursday, of course, for the Thanksgiving Day. Talking about Thanksgiving, he's going to be ready. He's still at the gym every single day to recover from his food every day. And I'm talking directly from Toronto. He's back in the house, the co-host of the Red Light Show. Ladies and gentlemen, he's prepared also in the next couple of weeks to be to his tour, Santa Claus tour in Toronto and Swan Mall from the beginning of December until to the third week of the December. He's back with us. Please welcome Mr. Enortap is in the house tonight.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Always a pleasure to be together with you, Coach, and with everybody else here on the chat, discussing Les Bleus, Blanc et Rouge, right? And where we're headed and where we are and where we came from and where we're going to be.
Exactly, Mr. Enortap. Luciano asked me about this. He said, do you think Enortap is ready for his Santa Claus tour? I said, I'm not sure. I'm going to ask him tonight. And are you, all your clothes is ready out of your closet and then washing everything to be ready? There we go.
I'm getting ready.
Because is your agent, Luciano, book you left and right? Is Luciano is in charge about you more?
Lucky something. He's Luciano something. Yeah.
Sure. Definitely about that. I think you have a big present for the Toronto Maple Leafs this year, Mr. Enortap, for the in December because they will need some help from the Santa Claus this year, Mr. Enortap.
I love Pierre's comment. Santa Tap.
Santa Tap. Here we go. Pete Martin call you Mr. Tap. Santa Tap. I like that one. Nicolas Bono is in the house directly from where? From Sherbrooke. GF Dubé, welcome back. Mr. GF, thanks to be with us. Mark Elliott. Mark is upset, Mark. Mark is upset about the Montreal Canadiens. Ovidio, bon matin. Merci, Monsieur Ovidio. Welcome back. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation. Pete Martin, like I mentioned. Claude Richard from Ottawa is in the house. PLW is ready for what tonight? Second chef to score for 8th time And Todor for Vegas scores 7 times. Good luck, PLW. Chin Chin. LG Calabro is in the house. LG Calabro will be a part of the Turkey Awards next week. Stan the Man, welcome back, Stan. And glad to see all of you. Claude Richard for Ottawa, of course. Thanks to be with us. Already some comments. 2-2 Toronto, St. Louis, Montreal. 3-0 Tampa Bay, New Jersey. Seattle 2, Detroit 2. Islanders 0, Dallas 0, Chicago, Columbus 0, Winnipeg 1. And the game Chicago, it started right now. I'm going to be live checking that game live. And Maxim Pluff, the new subscriber, the Hockey Nation show, Mr. That we're getting close. And one more.
Welcome, Max.
Mr. Evan, we do need help, but I hope you believe, no panic, move and the work. I'm going to give you, Mr. Enortap, a shocking rumor. Mr. Enortap, I'm going to give you a shocking rumor.
Let's hear it, Coach.
Nobody get that name. You know, Mr. Enortap, can use like to surprise all of us. I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to cost a little bit more. But I think we can fix a problem. But I cannot tell you right now. We have to wait a little bit more. Roger Bouchard, sit at Vermont, ready to rock and roll tonight. Randy, notre friend, Randy Walkman is in the house. And he talk about Calgary tonight against Chicago. Randy, Garrett C. knocked the door. Welcome back, Garrett. Thanks for being with our Canadian show. Parker Randall. This is a kind of name, Mr. Enortap, that we can find out on the football NFL, like a right receiver, I think you pronounce it. Parker Randall. Just a touchdown for the Denver. Anyhow, there should be an interesting show. Join us, Roger. Thanks so much, my friend Roger. Always a pleasure. We have a really good supporter of Mr. Roger Bouchard. Thank you again, Nicolas. Des 48 pays sont qualifiés pour la prochaine Coupe du Monde de soccer in 2026, Mr. Enortap. I'll check about Randy. I'm here, but mostly listening. Try to do a blog. That's okay, Randy. And it's all good. Pick up your great work. Michael, we need more a trait we need for the player to believe. I think they have a good mindset. I think, Michael, the most of the players are believing about the team. I did said Stankos will look good in the Montreal Canadiens Cup the days ago. Please don't say Stankos. No, it's not this one. Good evening, guys. Michael. Jazz, welcome in the house. Randy, it's not Kadri. We don't want Kadri. Stammer was really good, but 36 years old, not sure about that. Interesting. People is maybe looking for my suggestion the next couple of minutes. RJ Calvo, Emmy Finney score. Here we go. The rookie of NHL. So that's what we do at the beginning of the show. Talk about the headlines. Tell me again what you want to tell me.
The headlines. Yeah, I said you put the hook out there. You got everybody going. You're going to leave them hanging here. What are you going to tell them?
We'll go to hold everybody, Mr. Enortap. We're going to figure out something like that. First, with your first headline, I think that would be a calm down, everyone. Here we go, Mr. Enortap. It's go for many directions. So I want to be sure you clarify that headline, Mr. Enortap. Who's to blame?
Who's to blame? And I'll give you the quick answer right away. As Howard Jones would say, no one is to blame. Boom, boom. Anyways, I won't sing, but I will talk about this, and it's more it's more of a reaction for me in terms of the direction that Montreal is sometimes taking, and the way the fans, the media, the journalists, they all take a particular approach, and they're always looking to point fingers at a particular individual. And it gets very tiresome. Like, we have to keep things in perspective. I think that, sometimes this is part of what is called the rebuilding, right? Now, you can call it whatever you like. We have to sort of adjust our manage our assets that we have. The rebuild part is over, but we're trying to move in the positive direction. If you can look at it one of two ways. If you look at it from a statistical point of view, which I don't always encouraged because that doesn't tell the whole story. And I think later on tonight, Coach, you're going to be talking about the equity in the Atlantic Division, and that tells it all. If you look at last year at this point, the exact same point, Montreal was 7-10-2 for a total of 16 points. And so far, they're 10-6-3 for a total of 23 points. So if you want to look at it from a statistical point of view, analytics, metrics, then we're 7 points ahead of pace of last year. But I say put that aside because stats and metrics really don't always tell the whole story. I think what you want to look for is the long haul. What is it that we're trying to achieve? Where are we now in that rebuild or that in that construction phase, if you want to call it that? And is it something that is sustainable for the future in order to be a fairly dominant team moving forward, right? So you got to look at it from the perspective, and I think I dropped it into the chat yesterday when you were doing the game. Like, we may take our hits today, but every bruise that is building the team, no one will want to face us tomorrow. Rebuild, it forges grit, and grit is what builds champions. And I think that's the long haul. We have to look at who are our key players on this team that we've groomed, we've drafted, we groomed, we've acquired through possible trades. Is their development happening as we're moving along? And realizing sometimes it takes longer for some players, and some it's more of it can be more of a linear growth. But in the end, you want to be able to be that team that is sustainable in terms of the winning. And I think that that's what we are building towards. Sure, we can point the fingers and say, well, Marty St. Louis is not the kind of coach we need because he's not doing this or that. Or look at the play of these defenders. The system doesn't work well. It's a hybrid defense system, not working well. Let's get rid of it. Doc and a few others aren't producing. Get rid of them. These guys are injury prone. Get rid of them. Let's make a trade. And that's all reactionary. And that's not what a championship team is built around. It's about patience. It's about believing in what you are building. And I think the way this team was initially constructed from the bottom up, yes, we had some assets to begin with, no doubt about it. But in the end, we're moving in the direction where we're seeing these kids come along nicely. And we now can even talk about players that are in our pipeline that hopefully will be with the team in the future. But I think we have to stop the negativity. It's a mindset that, if management were to do that and listen to the fans, guess what? They would be part of the crowd, part of the fans at that point. And you got to block that noise out of your system and stay the course with what you believe will build your team to the level where it's going to be a championship team. And uh, I personally like a lot of the things that are happening. Now you can sit back, and I'll end it off with this. Of course, you can sit back, and it's important to be critical. I'm not saying that we should all be wearing rose-colored shades and saying singing kumbaya, and everything is fine. I think we need to be critical. I think the media has to be critical and ask the right questions. I think the players themselves have to sometimes be held responsible for their lack of production. But in the end, it's about being positive for the long term, right? If you do not panic right now, that's the key. Be patient. Do not panic, because as soon as you become reactionary to what is happening, then that's when you make mistakes.
Well, ça, Mr. Tab, you touched a lot of points. A lot of people in the chat also. Welcome, everybody. I'm Wonder. Welcome directly from Verdun, Montreal. First time here, I believe. Welcome to Hockey Nation. Thanks to be with us. So hopefully you're going to come back. And don't forget, everybody, to subscribe and click on the likes. A2 knock the door. Welcome back, A2. Thanks again. And Mark said that, we are Montreal Canadian fans, so we have to be negative. That's what's happened in
No,
Montreal. So uh, about that one. Now, it's not the way he said that. Mr. Enortap, he said this way. Jazz is in the house, by the way. Randy talk about his team. This is Montreal. We have to blame someone. Here we go. That's what he said about that. Mr. Enortap, we'll take a moment before everybody. Just a 30 second. I talked this last night late in the show. It was almost at the end of the show, and I apologize. But I want to ask all of you and everybody, Rain in the house right now, and talk about. Forget about this, Mr. Give me a second here. A lot of the top talent now. It's time to build a deep depth, a great next man up team. Thanks again to sharing with us. But Rain, obviously, a couple of days ago, she lost everything. The house burned in Alaska, Mr. Enortap. So, unfortunately,
our prayers.
we pray for you, and everyone in the channel will send you some thought, a prayer to your direction. Hopefully, you go to recovery the best you can, and glad at least your dog, yourself, and a couple of things is safe, and that's the most important things. Things is something you can change, you can replace, and then other things is your life, and that's the most important thing. So glad to hear you survive, and but now we're going to pray for you and send you all the good vibes on your direction. So, Rain, thanks again to be a part of the family of the hockey. You well deserved for all of us. If you have a chance tonight to thinking about Rain, I appreciate that. Marco Larabé is in the house. Welcome back, Marco. Thanks to be with our Canadian
Hey,
show.
Marco.
Glad to see you around. RJ Calabo. Budzik is not play on the first line again. What do you guys think Martin will do with the lines? Good question about this, Mr. Enortap. Before I go to my on mine at lines, what do you think about this? Do you expect Martin Hughes going to change, modify, whatever?
Well, yeah. I mean, yesterday it wasn't a great experiment in terms of having Bolduc on that first line. Personally, I'd rather see him on the second line, working with Kapanen and Demidov. I think that would make a more potent second line. Although, in all fairness, Coach, yesterday, Slavkovsky playing with those two, I would arguably say that was probably our best line out there. Created opportunities. They seem to work well together. Now,
You're right about that. I think you're going to be back with Sakashi, Caulfield, and Suzuki. I think it was just
yeah,
an experiment thing about that. But again, I think at the end it was benefit for Sakashi. Like he was like go all around everybody. And I think he proved what he could be. And then we'll see about that. Someone suggested today. I don't think it's a good idea, but he's thinking to remove Caulfield. No, sorry, remove Suzuki and Plitsky with Demidov and put Caulfield Sakeski together. The point behind that it was because you want to have two lines on the road. The team cannot only focus on Caulfield and Suzuki. I'm not sure because Caulfield needs Suzuki, I believe, on my eyes, but it's an option. I don't say it will be the right answer, but we have to wait about this. Mr. Yamo, welcome in the house. Thanks you so much, Pierre. That's been the third wheel of Suzuki and Caulfield about Sakaski. Here we go. Mr. Enortap, go to move on with mine. And this is a bit not negative, but I think that's the real thing. Sometimes we forget about things. But we have prospect, but we don't have no depth right now in Montreal. And yes, it's not easy when you're losing 4 players, 3 forward, Mr. Enortap, Doc, and Newhook, and Liney. And then you have looking at Laval, and you look at Laval, and we have not much. You can see right now with Roy and Beck, and you can tell me, oh, Belzile Dauphin, but it's not really what is the future with the Montreal Canadiens. It's really, like a Beck and Florent Jacquard, everyone. And that show, when you rebuild a team, it takes a lot to have that asset in NHL because you best of the best are with Montreal, Caulfield, Sakoski, and Hudson example. But Montreal right now does not have enough depth to helping the team when you have an injuries, and that show yesterday. And this is something that we have to make some correction. I think we're going to talk about this a bit later, but they gave some maybe some mistake or some evaluation where they are maybe wrong about some player. But right now, Montreal, if you have another injury, Mr. Notap, it's not big in Laval to helping in Montreal right now. It's proved yesterday. And this something with Montreal and any you can tell me many team is like that, but team big team, the good team is on top. Like I'm talking about, Florida, and they have some depth inside of the team. Us, we don't have. Uh, you know, we have Joe Veleno. Honestly, Joe Veleno should not be on the and he should be our 13th forward. Right now, we have Strobel and Jacky, and that's it. So this is something they have to correct at some point. They have to figure out something to bring because and the first term is on top. I'm going to talk about this the next couple of minutes. I like to do some kind of number everything like that. We talked about injury last night, and it's going to be more and more injuries in NHL. It's over almost 150 players on top injury right now are out in NHL. We talk about approximately what
It's a tough
three,
year.
4 players per team, right? So they will
Yeah.
have to find a way, and it's what happening now. They have a team that's not that play with their player like 20, 22, 23, 24 minute per forward, and defenseman play 28, 29. Madison 29 yesterday. Wawrinski, Columbus 29. So anyway, I just want to sharing with you guys about the depth of the Montreal Canadiens, and I think this is a problem they have to fix at some point with player with experience or something like that. Again, don't want to be negative. It's not negative, it's a fact. That's my point
No, no.
about that.
Yeah, and you're right. I sort of understand what you're driving at. It makes sense. I think that's all part and parcel with the development and the direction that they want to take. They're trying to obviously develop the skill players that they have, but you also have to build up that cupboard, right? And unfortunately, some teams are built so that they can sustain some injuries. Maybe not for prolonged periods of time, but for even 2-3 months, sometimes a key player can be out for a team, and they won't skip a beat. But Montreal is not structured that way just yet. They will be. They will be down the road. I think. I think that they're moving in that direction. Um, but I mean, how do you do that? Well, because sometimes you need some of those assets in order to make a in-depth trade that you want to fill a position that you're lacking in or needs addressing right away. So it takes time, right? And here we are, what, 3.5 years, moving into four now. It's not enough land land in order for them to establish that. It'll come though. It will come.
You're right about that. You're right about Marco said, but as a part of the roster construction before they move off Beck and other players in Laval, they want to assess them a bit more before to move them to the right complementary piece. You're right at some point,
I agree. I agree.
but and I know we're going to touch the subject the next couple of minutes, Mr. Nathan, but they let go Devorak, Armia, and they go with the young players, and they thought Gallagher, Anderson, and the rest would be fine. And now they had to sign Joe Villano. It's not better. Again, this is a bit like they did with Kovacevic last season, Mr. Natap. At the same time last season, Mr. Natap, we were missing Jonathan Kovacevic on the right defenseman. If I can recall it, we have Sava was hurt at the beginning of season or at the middle of November, and now we're going to say we don't have right defensemen. We have to move up and move to another side, Hudson or Cooley, everything like that. And they were said, if we keep Kovacevic, we get that fix the problem. They have to trade in December for Carrier, and now we have another problem right here, guys. It's a 13 and forward. We don't have those kind of players like we have. In my opinion, I think that's another problem we got right now for the Montreal Canadiens. It's not blaming; it's just to realize what we are, and that's hurt right now the Montreal at that moment.
Yeah, and there's also that tendency that obviously you want to keep in perspective. I think this is what Marty St. Louis does is a lot of times he knows the team can be very, very competitive and can play with anybody on any given night when they put their mind to it. So when it comes late in the game and you're down by one, up by one, a tie game, he's going to double down on some of his players that he can rely more on. And so we're not giving as much ice time to some of the players that need a little bit more developing. Like they need to be a part of that process where they experience, not making mistakes and playing in tight situations. That's how you learn. And will mistakes be made? Of course they will. There's no doubt about it. But I think that's part of the learning process along the way. And we can't underestimate, like defensively, we cannot underestimate the value that Caden Gooley brings to the team, and really we've started to see a slide ever since he's been out of the lineup.
Yeah, Randy, ask you, and Enortap, are the Canadian that you trade a huge part of the future for this year?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Um,
Let me
it's
read it again.
all the
Articulate.
Canadians that you trade a huge part of the future for this year.
I think it all depends what you're trying to establish, Randy. I think if you're trying to if your goal is to go after that 2C, which I totally understand, it's been an aim of theirs for the last couple of years. Um, of course, you're going to have to give something up in order to get the player of that caliber. But I wouldn't mortgage our future in order to get a 2C because there's different ways in which during the summer you can probably get that 2C.
Yeah, we have a few people knock the door. Welcome, Luke, Slicky. I don't know if you have some people that have some kind of problem with my voice, not my voice, but the sound. Let me know. On my side, everything looking good. My lights is working well, but maybe other have a problem. Let me know. I don't know how I can make this possible better. I know Sticky is ready. They have some kind of problem. So any other people have some problem, let me know. Pete Martin said it's good. Reboot UPC. This is how I feel in our tap. Complimentary, I agree. Have to show the players and Laval they are spot available or they will quit. Audio is fine. A2, thanks so much. You are not getting Pavel Zaka from the Boston Bruins. Yeah, sounds fine. Thanks so much, Mr. Randy. So glad to hear that, Mr. Tap. We're going to get there. First of all, we welcome everybody. Larry Lavalley is in the house. Welcome back. A couple of people
Welcome,
knock.
Larry.
If we didn't mention your name, we apologize, but we just want to let you know. We appreciate you all with us. Don't forget, please, to click on that. They don't agree in our tab that they will need to move good assets to get a second setter will be expensive. It's okay, audio. It's good now, Sticky. All right. NHL
Yeah,
News, guys.
I think that's what I said. I think I did say that it would cost you in order to get somebody of that nature, of that caliber. You're not going to get a 2C that's going to get you, 55 to 65 points a year, can play a defensive game as well as an offensive game by giving away, some of your worst players. Like there's many ways you can do it, but you're going to have to give up a key player in that process. That part is without a doubt.
Honestly, you're right about that. A couple of comments left and right by GF and 26. Welcome back. And then Mark, I will settle for getting O'Reilly for the Montreal Canadiens. Hey, go, Mr. I'm going to go through the NHL news. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what I learned, what we learned the last couple of weeks. And I have a lot of great fact point for the NHL before we move for the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, Calgary, Mr. Tap, claim a bet share for the Boston Bruins. Montreal, it was 22nd and on their claim. So, until he get there, and we don't know if they will claim him or not. But the Calgary Flame, honestly, at the bottom, they select a Betcher, 30 overall pick, 6'3 center, 4 line. A good walk ethic, a good face-off man. But Calgary got him, and he's going to be a part. Today, Pittsburgh put Tomasino on the waiver, and then the Philadelphia sent Gannett on the waiver to go to American Hockey League. You were said not to mortgage the future. You will have to run GF everything. So, NHL injury, Mr. Tap. Here we go. NHL injury, Hartman, Mr. Tap, week to week right now for the Minnesota Wild. Buffalo, Kesson Ring, poor guy, hurt at the beginning, play 9 game, and now still hurt for him. Is out, no time for him. Finally, over 141 players, Mr. Tap, right now out. Right now on the ER, LTIR, or day-to-day, or week-to-week in NHL, guys. It's approximately, like I said, 3 to 4 players per team have some kind of problem with that one. Restitution, Boca Raton is good. Thank Coach Robert from Boca Raton. Beautiful place to go, Robert, during the Christmas. Chicago scored a goal. Take the lead. Ren Donato. Sorry about that. Mr. Robert, yes. By the way, Boca Raton is great, Mr. Tap, for the Christmas time. You drive on the secondary road on the beach on Boca Raton, and they are the rich people, the $4, $5, $6, $7, $10 million house, and it's not a guy put all the lights around the house. They hire some people, Mr. Tap, and then it's just light up all the way from the street. It's beautiful to go there. So, Marco, 141 players, Marco, right there. We are 27, I believe, on the waiver. The help coming there. Yes, maybe going to go down next week. Until one is in the house. Welcome. Something screw with my YouTube account, Coach. It's not me. Rumor is Levy has request a trade from Buffalo. That's possible. Don't understand if we both working on it. Randy Workman, don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel about that. And the boat parade, you're right. I forgot about this one with it. We have a review call now for the Buffalo, for the Flames. Mr. Tap, what's going on? Who is the best 6 original team, everybody? And Mr. Tap, give me your answer.
Montreal, of course. Without a doubt. How's that for bias?
Which team is
Montreal?
The best 6 original team? You have Toronto, Boston, Chicago, Rangers, Montreal. Which one of them you feel are the best team?
But what's their measuring stick though? What are we measuring best by? How would you define it? If it's in terms of winning cups, obviously Montreal, original 6. If you're talking about
right
sustainability, dynasty teams. Oh, you're talking about right now. Okay, today.
Who is the best 6 original team right now in this season?
I thought it was overall. Right now, man.
Boston, Rangers, Detroit.
Yeah, it's tough. They're all pretty much mixed into the same category in my eyes. I mean, you look at Detroit, you look at the Rangers. seem to be, they have some talent, but there's problems within the system there that is dragging them down. Montreal's on the way up, of course. Boston. I think Boston's probably been the most consistent in the last little while, and I'm surprised. I'll be honest. I didn't have them, uh, you know, leading the Atlantic Division at this point of the year. I thought that they'd be a borderline wild card team, but they pleasantly surprised me. Maybe that'll change down the road. I don't know, but uh, I would have to probably go between Montreal and Boston.
Montreal, Boston. Born to be Ab. Welcome in the house. Go with Boston or Detroit right now. Brown are play the best now, but are not the best team. Breaking news today, New Jersey star Jack Hughes is going to be out for 2 months. I do not believe Boston is the best opponent. Don't know our new system yet. I'll be honest with you right now. Boston played the best team game, but not the best team. Great point. Yes, a lot of people said that, and I will say to you guys, they don't have a lot like Montreal. If they call up players, they have problem now. They lost 2-3 players, and it could be a problem if McEnroy is out on top for a couple of weeks or month. That would be another problem for them. So for me, I think the team is going to be a little bit down. It's going to be more the Boston Bruins. Detroit right now is really the team for me. It's very interesting to watching them for the NHL right now. They're winning tonight, but I think Detroit is going to be a team could be really more at the end of the season. Montreal, Detroit for me is really the two teams. Rangers, I don't think so. Chicago really surprised me. Chicago right now they play very well again. You're watching them is on top. It's not complicated. It's working sick, working hard, skating hard. They play so good on defensive side, and they have a good goaltender. But right now, Detroit will be my team. I will go. Kevin is in the house. What is going on, Coach? Yeah. I'm just enjoy watching the Lightning, and they are now 3-1. Congratulations for your team. Glad a lot of people comments everything. Don't forget, please, to click on the like. Don't mind, that'd be good. Mr. Enortap, here we go. The standing is insane, Mr. Enortap. I'm going to give you some number, everybody, and you're going to see it going to freaking out everyone. And Mr. Enortap, well, you know, when you in live, you go to the restaurant with one cheese. You're always thinking maybe another cheese will be inside. Mr. Enortap, I see myself double. What's going on, Mr.
Enortap? Two cheese.
I'm double here, Mr. Enortap. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to fix this, Mr. Enortap. We'll not see you anymore.
Double Frenchy.
About
double
that
Frenchy
one. There. The fact I was going to talk about the cheese, it make me lose you, Mr. Enortap. About that. So look like you are back in the house. Mr. Enortap, you ready? Your standing is insane after 6 weeks. We're going to hit the first quarter of the season, guys. 328 game after the game Wednesday night. Mr. Enortap, here we go. 10 team have 22 points tonight before the game start. No, 3, not 4. 10 of the 32 team. The 22 other team, they have 11 over 22 points and 11 below 22 points. We know Thanksgiving's coming, and when we get the Thanksgiving, we make some kind of, we give you a little bit more the playoff. But now, the 21 of the 32 team are +2 or -2 or 20 of the 22 point Mr. Enortap. So we have 22 team. 21 team right now, Mr. Enortap, are stuck around 20 to 24 points. Then, of the 11 other team, 6 of them are over 22 points and 24 points. I'm talking about Colorado, Dallas, Carolina. We know who they are. And 5 teams are under deep. Talk about St. Louis, Nashville, and Calgary. We cannot ask for more parity. You cannot ask for more.
Parity.
You lose 2 games, you can get out of the playoff. This is going to be insane, and we are right now, Mr. That 7% more. I'm going to repeat 7% more of overtime this season compared to average in NHL at 21. So what happened, Mr. Tap? Everybody get 1 point every night, like most of the game. And with that, it's harder to split or to get out of the other team because it's only 1 point difference. And when we talk about a game of 4 points, it becomes only a game of 2 points at the end of the night. And that's make a standing really close between each team in NHL. Just give you an idea about overtime, Mr. Tap. Edmonton Oilers play 20 game, I believe, or something like that. They have 25% of all those games are in overtime. The record is only 5-4. But what is impressive about this number, Mr. Tap, they have only 4 wins this year, the Oilers guys, and regular time. 4 of them only. That's crazy. So now we'd like to hear from you what you feel about those numbers and what you see about that and what you thinking about the standing.
Well, for me, you're making the perfect case for changing the point system, right? Like as much as I like the parity, and I think it's exciting because it keeps the fan bases in many of the cities in the NHL glued right till the end with the hopes that they can get into a playoff spot. I think that part is fantastic. Uh, but what it's doing is it's really it's creating a situation. Actually, it would be very interesting, Coach, to figure out how many of the games that were played this year were decided not only in overtime or a shootout, but were decided by 1 goal of the total games played, because that would be also very intriguing to find out. With the point system going to 3 points for a regular win and 2 if it's in overtime, I think that would slightly create a little bit more distance, and it would create, I think, a better brand of hockey when it comes down to the late stages of the third period. Because right now, you're starting to see if the game is tied with about 10 minutes to go in the third period, I think both teams want to play a very defensive shell type of game. They want to secure the point, and then they go all out for overtime. And the overtime, for the most part, throughout the league have been very exciting, no doubt about it, with a lot of great stars out there that are creating excellent opportunities because now there's a lot of ice space there to be more creative. And we've seen it ourselves here in Montreal, no doubt about it. Overall, is it a good thing, Coach? You know how we usually say by Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, we have an idea of who's in and who's out in terms of possibly making the playoffs. I would say that deadline, if you want to call it that, has to be deferred now because of the parity that's been created. I don't think that Thanksgiving will tell the whole story, or it'll be less accurate. Let me put it that way for now. So it's good because it keeps the interest going, but on some evenings it doesn't allow you. Like if you don't get, that's why getting a good start by Montreal, we can argue, oh well, they didn't play any playoff teams from last year or teams that were in a playoff position this year, and those wins are a little bit obscured. Well, you know what? You can only play the team that's put in front of you on a nightly basis. And at the beginning of the year, Montreal did their job. They got their points. They banked those. And that's important because as long as you can stay afloat going the rest of the way, you're going to have your slumps and you're going to have your streaks, but you have those points banked, and that hopefully gets you into the playoffs.
Well said. We have Mr. Zeph is in the house. Welcome, everybody. Don't forget, please, to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be great. Great conversation between Garrett, Ron, Zeph, Pete Martin, and Siwan also. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night for the Laval Rocket, 7 o'clock. What we learned, Mr. Tap, schedule is it the problem for injuries? The last 3 weeks, I look around. They played 53 game in NHL, 49 and 52. That's that's a normal schedule in NHL. That's the same thing happening the last year. Every time that whatever we set compress the schedule. It's not. It's just normal right now. It's going to be worse in the next couple of weeks, a month. But right now, it's not. So the injury, guys, the factor is just unlucky, or the player are more faced to injuries, Mr. Tap. And what I learned, Mr. Tap, is do you know what is a unicorn schedule?
Is that? No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Unicorn schedule, Mr. Tap, you play 5 games during the week.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
the schedule of Olympics in December, January, Mr. Tap, usually you have only one team happen sometime per year. For the next couple of months, guys,
Super Chat.
before we go to Super Chat, very quickly, Mr. Tap, unicorn schedule. 5 games per week. We have 3 teams, Mr. Tap, are going to get that schedule. And Mr. Tap, he scored again a goal.
Oh my God!
Thank you. He did it again. Mark Elliott scored a great goal tonight to
Hey,
help
hey.
feed the cat coach. Yeah, the cat. The cat. Talking about the cat. We're going to
Plural.
we have a power
Cats,
line
cats.
like tonight. Larry Lavalley played with Pete Martin with Mark tonight, and they scored a goal. They assist on that goal. Pete
Ooh.
Martin and Mr. Larry Lavalley, great line together. Talking
That's
about
a
the cat,
heavy
Mr.
line. Heavy line.
we have at the house here she cut we have a salon haircut here in the house, and we have a window to put the water to go through the pipe and go out, and we don't close the windows every night. And last night I go to bed early. I was sleepy. I took a nap, and then I wake up at 9:30. I was like, I'm going around, and then it's midnight. It will be sleep. I have some kind of curtain, and I can see barely outside. And then I'm walking and watching sport, and then I look, and you have a cat in the house, like from nowhere, from the window. He look at me. I look at the cat. I was like, okay, buddy, enjoy. That's okay. You turn around, no scare of me. Just turn around and get out by the same entrance, everything like that. So the cat will be fine, Mr. Market, and we appreciate a lot your donation. So, Mr. Tap, 5-game week by 3 team, and the next couple of weeks. So that's crazy. What I learned, Mr. Tap, before we go to Montreal Canadiens, hot shot is important in NHL. 16 of the 19 game, Mr. Tap, the Carolina Hurricane outshot the opponent team. And with that, they have 12 wins on those 16 games, and they outshot opponent team. So when we look about, Mr. Tap, outshot opponent team, it's okay. It's not big deal. It is big deal. And we have to shoot the puck more. If you have better chance to win a game, if one you outshot the opponent team. That's one intensity of the Carolina Hurricane. Year after year, Mr. Tap, they play very well that direction. And then that gave them, Mr. Tap, I don't know if I put this right there. I'm going to get there. Oh, no, that's not the next one over there, Mr. Tap. Apologize.
You're messing it up. There we go.
Yeah, I was trying to get this one with them, Mr. Tap. Colorado is on a team with Utah, have 8 wins when they outshot opponent team. So when they outshot on the game they play, they have win. Montreal Canadiens have only 3 wins this year, Mr. Tap, when they outshot the opponent team this season. And then, do you know how many wins they have, San Jose, Buffalo, this year when they outshot the opponent team?
They have maybe 2.
0.
Zero. Okay.
Yeah, and they
Even
outshot
worse.
only 4 times the opponent team. So this is a big problem. You have to show the puck. You have to get that way. And this is a great start, Mr. Enortap. And then I want to give you one more thing. It was not for last year, Mr. Enortap, but it was for this year. Is it possible the Rantanen trade work out good for the three teams? Colorado, Carolina, and Dallas, Mr. Enortap. If you look at the standing, it was a wild, weird trade. Trade to Carolina. He does not want to sign. Trade to Dallas. And it looked like everybody is happy. It's not still 1 year. It's going to be in January. But right now, the same thing show exactly those three teams take benefit of that situation to improve that team, no?
Yeah, I think Carolina kind of got lucky because of the way everything unfolded with Rantanen and not securing when they traded for him, not securing the fact that he would stay with them long term. But the way it turned out, it was a good trade for all three of them. And Coach, I would add one more thing. You were talking obviously about the shots on goal per game. If you look at, just for argument's sake, let's look at the Atlantic Division. How many teams in the Atlantic Division, if you look at their goal differential, have a positive?
And I think I was at 0, but before the game
0.
yesterday, so I don't know. Check today. But yesterday
0.
was 0, I believe.
You're absolutely correct. So, we talk about the fact that sometimes what can be the difference in a game is obviously having those extra shots on net that's going to produce hopefully a goal. But you got to be careful as well. You don't want just periphery shots. Like you can pepper a team with 35, 40 shots on net, but they're not high danger. And I think that's what a lot of teams are falling into. They're trying to exchange quantity with quality by creating those high danger situations because they feel like, okay, we have very talented, skilled players that can convert, and sometimes you need just that one opportunity rather than 5 or 6 shots in order to get that particular goal. So that might be part and parcel with what's happening. Is my speculation on it. But I always say put the puck on net. Things happen. Pucks get deflected. Sometimes the puck has eyes as well. The goalie doesn't see it, gets screened. Lots of things can happen when you put the puck on net, and that's a winning recipe for me.
That's happened yesterday, my son. 2 shots from Hudson, 1 goal and 1 assist on the rebound for Josh Anderson. So, talking about that, Mr. We're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. And let's do it. We're going to get for the next hour, guys. We have a lot of things about the Montreal Canadiens. Ken Hughes, Martin Saint-Louis, and everybody. So don't miss this. We're going to be right back in the next few seconds. If I can find it, Mr. Enortap, that will helping everyone. Here we go, Mr. Enortap. It's time to talk about the review game between the Montreal and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Last in overtime last night for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to give you everything you need to know before your comments, and then after I'm going to do a stood out player, everybody, and I'm going to hear from all of you what you think about this. It's not always the amount of the shot, but the quality we gave up for too many quality chances on the high dangerous chance. I thought our D was looking really good just before goalie went down. About that. And Mr. Enortap, the Montreal Canadiens in their last 7 games are a record of 1-4-2, guys. They go again 4.29 the last 7 games, and they have 0 goal power play goal in the last 6 games. And unfortunately for them, they have 0 yesterday because they don't have power play. So they decide, it looked like what they met the referee before game. They told them, don't give us power play for a couple of games. We just want to practice the 5-on-5, Mr. Enortap. And that's happening about this. But here we go. The difficulty of the first period gave the first goal. This is, you look about the situational stats, it's not bad. on the first goal. It's pretty even 9 and 10 games. So they gave 9 times and they scored 10 times. But the problem, the last 7 games, they gave 5 times of the 7 games, the first goal of the game. Martin, we talk about this. He didn't like the first period. The chemistry was not there. The connection or the connectivity of the player was not there at the first period. But he said, we're on the road. We get out with only a deficit of 1-0. Was not bad. Then the second period, guys, start. Montreal struggling the first 10 minutes, and then the momentum changing a little bit for the Montreal Canadiens. But the problem is they gave 2 goals. Almost like after the goal,
On 6
Kapanen
shots.
tied the game at 4:47 and 9:47. We have a goal of Fantilli to give them, and then that gave also the power play goal to take the lead 3-1, and then for the second time to take the lead. But overall, the second period, in my opinion, the second half was better for Montreal. But unfortunately, on the scoreboard, it was not good for the Montreal Canadiens. That gave them also in the last 4 games minus 11 during the second period. Goal differential for Montreal. This is not very good. They bounced back, tied the game at the third period to goal. Anderson and Hudson. They dominated the overtime. It's not that 6 shots versus 0. And finally, they're still struggling on the defensive zone. You can see it's front goal. And Martin want to win. And this is a business of winning, Enortap. And that's the playing last night, guys. 2 forward play over 20 minutes. Caulfield is key. 3 defensemen play over 25 minutes. Hudson, Dobson, and Madison. And many players did not play a lot of minutes. Jacky, one of them. And the forward, you have Vedeno, Roy, Davidson, and Gallagher, guys, did not play a lot of minutes. He honestly he shot his bench at the third period. And that's one reason Montreal won yesterday. And one more thing before you go, you can talk about this later. Sakoski and Hudson have a very good game. So now give us your statement about the game and how you feel about that game.
Well, the whole year, I think that the second period has been problematic. I thought that at least in this particular game against Columbus, when we got that early goal, I think it was just 5 minutes into the game that Kapanen scored. I thought it gave them a little bit of life. Unfortunately, on 6 shots in that second period that Columbus took, they scored. They scored twice. Once I think around the 10-minute mark, and then later on around the 13, 14-minute mark, and it kind of took them out of sorts a little bit. But I still think that they did a good job of converting from what they looked like in the first period to the next 2 periods, and I thought that they carried it through into the third period. I thought Josh Anderson with that goal just about halfway through the third period kind of gave him even more of a spark, and then we saw, of course, what happens when Hudson, who yesterday I think you made the comment, Coach. Montreal goes as Hudson goes, right? And I thought Hudson had a great game yesterday. Had 2 points, and he was the catalyst. And the other thing I would say to that is, you notice that the goals when we scored, especially that third one, where did they have Slavkovsky? Right in front of Greaves, right? His vision was obscured. It didn't have to be a hard shot by Hudson that was taken, but it had eyes and it made its way through. And they've got to return to that more. They've got to put players in front of the net and not give the goalie full vision at all times. And that's unfortunately what I've been seeing over the last little while. In this game, they changed their fortunes a little bit, and I thought like I said, they outshot them 32-23 overall. Uh, I think the overtime period. I don't think Columbus had a shot on net, which was great.
Yep.
Um, that's what you want to do. You want puck possession, especially in overtime, and just carry the play and wait for your opportunity to get that
Dimitrov
goal.
missed
And
a
we
good
almost had
one,
it.
right? Dimitrov
Yeah,
missed a good one
he
at
was
the
set up.
end. I thought it was going to be in on that one.
Yeah, if he had raised it just another 4 or 5 inches, I think it would have made it in. But it was also a good save by Graves. You got to give him his dues. And then when it comes to a shootout, it's anybody's game really, and unfortunately, it didn't go our way, but we'll take the point for now. And we built on something that was negative before. That 7-0 game against Dallas was a real slap in the face, and I like the fact that at least they responded here, and hopefully we can carry this through. And it's about a mindset, and once you get through it, you'll start building your confidence, and you're going to see better results. And I think that's what we were seeing at the beginning of the year that we're not seeing right now. Of course, coach, the injuries have become a factor, no doubt about it. But you have to take that as they come, and it just means next player up has to perform. You can't go out there and just be a pylon.
Yep. Sorry about that. Like, comment in the chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thanks, RJ. Toronto in overtime is on top right now. The beginning of the overtime. Tribute to Troy again. Seattle with 5 minutes to go remaining. Do we sit at 10 plus goalie with save percentage under 900 with winning record? Honestly, I did not look about this one. It's something I have to look to give you the best answer. Rod did a great imitation of the statue of one Columbus goal on that one. Too bad Jacob Fuller is not ready. Hughes had over 3 years to find a second line center. I believe he can find one after he find one. About that. Yeah, you're right about this. This happening yesterday, guys, between the Montreal and the Columbus. I'm not done yet, Mr. Tap. I have more stuff to talk about this. Kapanen scored his 7th goal of the year. Anderson is 3rd of the year. Hudson tied the game. He had 2 points last yesterday. Lane Hudson. Sekeski, Mr. Tap, at +2. And I want to talk about Sekeski.
Let's do it.
If he can play like he did yesterday, Mr. Tap, this is what we're looking for. He did not do anything on the score sheet. He said, he has 0 point. But his play last night on the details of this game, it was the first time make a play driving. He was drive the puck constantly. He was moving his feet. Yes. He was a little bit faster, I believe. He was engaged. He was open up.
One puck battles.
Yeah, one battle, everything. So I think for me, this is maybe one of his best game of the Sekeski. Not negatively, dans le sens que he does not play, but the last couple of games, Sekeski was a little bit off. And that's what we're looking for with Sekeski, honestly. And very good performance of Sekeski. Yeah, again, the Columbus Blue Jacket. And Madison, for me, was solid yesterday. For the last couple of games, Madison, I think, is getting better. He's still hurt with a lower body. And the last couple of games, his skating was not great, but yesterday, maybe his best game in the last 4 games for Mr. Mike Madison. A couple of comments in the chat for some people. Mr. Tap, we're not done yet, but not a good game for Jekai yesterday, and not a good game for Noah Thompson. Thompson, for the last 2-3 games, is struggling, and that showed yesterday with them. 6 player with 0 goal in the lineup for the Montreal Canadiens right now. It's crazy if you think about that. And also with 4 forward at 0 goal. Roy, Davidson, Veleno, and Gallagher have 0 goals. So I give you a couple of information there. Maybe you can make one statement for specific players if you want to, if you don't mind.
For sure. Again, we talked about Hudson, so I won't go into that too much. I thought Slafkovsky, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, had quite the fire in him yesterday, and I thought that, as you mentioned, he drove the play quite a bit. I thought his work with Demidov and Kapanen was fantastic. And it's good to see him get away from the first line, although I wouldn't necessarily break up the first line, but it was good to see that he's able to go on a different line and still bring it, right? He wasn't necessarily dependent on Suzuki or Caulfield to drive the play for him. Like, he was doing most of the driving. For me, Matheson, I have to admit, he wasn't just solid yesterday. I think he's been solid all year long. When you look at him in terms of what he's done all year, it doesn't matter where he's played, what he's been asked to do. He's been there every single time. Of all the defenders we have, he's the only one that's at a +9 for the year so far. So that's even better than Dobson total, and Dobson has more points. But I think Matheson, anything you've wanted out of a more veteran defenseman, he's produced for Montreal, and I think that will speak volumes later on in terms of what Hughes will have to do in terms of hopefully maintaining him and signing him for the long run, because you need that experience. With the defenders, yeah, I agree. I think Dobson probably, even though I think he got 2 points yesterday, one for sure, if I recall. He still there were a lot of mistakes that he made defensively. A couple times was caught out of position. I
Oh,
think
last
in
time, Mr. Tap,
the
the
first
first
goal,
goal.
yeah, the first goal, he was he started to back up when Werenski was coming in with the puck. Instead, he should have gone right out to him and challenged him, and he gave Werenski a clear shot. And Werenski's not a player that you want to give that opportunity to. The second goal, even, coach, it was both him and Carrier. They got caught behind the net, and the puck went right in front. And you can say, okay, well, Joshua Roy didn't cover his man, which I think was Fantilli at the time that scored. But really, can you blame it? Can you blame it solely on Roy when both defenders are caught behind the net instead of one of them being in
Well, that's
front?
the new style of hockey, Mr. Tap.
Yeah,
It's a two-player behind the net with a puck. It's called a swamp. That's happened 90% now. They send a forward and find the net. The problem there is Carrier did not pick up the defenseman. I think
pick
it was
up.
Dobson, but Carrier, I could be wrong here. But
Yeah, it was.
they had to win the battle
It
there.
was
They
both
had
of
to
them.
pick up the puck and get out of that puck, and that's all that we not open up. On the goal, the first goal, Mr. Tap, I think it's Budzik have the puck in the corner, should put the puck outside the zone, and that's it. That's all also on that one. But on that one, who have to stop Fantilli. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, he has to pick it up, but I mean, it all emanates from that play where both defenders are caught, blindsided there behind the net. In my eyes, anyways.
Yep, and yeah, that's happening there. And Jekai, Mr. Tap, I have people think I don't like Jekai, but you have a couple of people talk about him yesterday. I feel like Jekai lost his mojo in the last couple of games. Played 10 minutes yesterday, maybe 9 minutes, maybe 10. I don't know exactly the time, but
Under 10.
Something's going on with him. It's about the Toronto score guy with 56 seconds. William Nylander score. Toronto find a way to beat the St. Louis Blues 3-2 in overtime. And that's it. The Toronto win, Mr. Tap. 3-2 for if you want to like the score. For Jekai, Mr. Tap, he lost his mojo. Confidence. It's all about confidence right now, him, and he does not know what to do anymore. And not looking good, Mr. Tap. It is the reason he play, not in NHL only, but he play with Montreal now, is because he have the physicality of his game, right? And the way he was protect his play, everything like that. But yesterday, Mr. Tap, he has 0 hit on the game. Like, he does not play what he's supposed to do, his job. It could be the same thing with Cole Caulfield or another player where his job is score a goal. He has zero shot on the net. That's not good, right? For right now, Jekai is really now. If you have an extra defenseman, Mr. Tap, I think Jekai does not play. Like he's on the health, he's out to scratch.
I don't know if I would agree with that 100%, Coach. I mean, some of the points you bring out are fair. I get that. But I think over the last 5 or 6 games, he has not been a liability for Montreal. You can claim that whatever, maybe you lost that fight if that's what you feel like
But
has
not only one fight,
has him
Mr. Tap. He did not
losing
win
it.
any fight this year.
Okay, but
But this is the
you have to look at it.
it's not, but it's the way he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be the sheriff in the NHL. He's supposed to be the gun, the one, not the gun, the one
Yeah.
have to prove to the rest of the league who he is. Right now, guys, he get
I agree.
reversed by Luke Pushkin last game against Dallas Star.
Okay,
But
I
this is
agree,
what
but
he
it's
is.
also
He's not there
difficult.
to score a goal. He
It's
have 1 assist and 18 games this year. And it can go all the way like that. At some point, we're struggling on defensive zone right now. We don't have any defensemen step up with other rest. We play at most only with 5 defensemen all night, and those right now we over-tax those defensemen because a defenseman not step up right there. So for me,
yeah,
I think right now he is right now and not a very good situation for himself.
it's very simple, Coach. I think Martin St. Louis is really focused on making him a better defensive defenseman. Okay, and so for the most part, he's been drilled into his head. If you have to fight, sometimes you fight, right? But for the most part, he's been muzzled. He's been on a leash. So you say he hasn't won any fight. It's because of that internal conflict that I think is happening within himself. That he's thinking, well, if I go out there and I do this right now, I mean, am I going to be slapped on the bench for the rest of the game because now a defenseman is out of the lineup for 5-10 minutes, and I think that's playing in his head quite a bit, and I think that's at the stem of what's going on here for him. It isn't that he's lost his mojo. It isn't that he can't fight. It isn't that he's played poorly defensively. It's the fact that I think internally within his own mind, he's confused in terms of what he has to do, and he doesn't want to lose his job, right? And I think the other night when both he fought and Struble fought, it put a lot of stress on the defense because now you got 2 defenders in the penalty box, and that's the problem.
But again, last night, Mr. Enortap, you're losing 3-1. You have to fight Olivier. You have to spy plug the team. This is your role. This is your job.
I disagree. I disagree, Coach.
But you don't want
I
him.
don't think that was the time. That's not the time.
You're losing
to start a
3-1,
fight.
Mr. Enortap.
Okay, you're losing 3-1, but did they get it back? They got it back without
So
him having
what is
to
role
have
to
to fight.
Jacky? Give me his role in the team.
His role has to be an effective third pairing defenseman that clears people out in front of the net. He has to make smart plays with his passes and get him out of danger zone. If somebody's in front of net, he has to take care of that. His role is not to go out there and like if you're a forward, it's slightly different. So when you bring up Olivier,
So
that's
okay,
different.
I follow you,
If a
Mr.
team
Enortap. So
loses,
why not to have a better defenseman at Jacky? Why not to get a great defenseman better at Jacky? Jacky is 6-7 defenseman. I would prefer to get. If you're telling me it's only about skill and talent, Jacky does not deserve to be on the ice. Engstrom is better already at Jacky. If you're telling me now Jacky is there only for skill, clean the front of the net, I disagree. He's there for
I
the
didn't say that.
physicality. We don't have anybody. So we need someone.
Yes,
Last night
but
you're losing 3-1.
being
You have to
physical,
spike plug the
Coach.
team. You have to create something on the ice to turn the momentum of this game by hit someone, go in front of people, in front of the net, talk, and then provoke Olivier. He didn't do it. This is the one. This is his job. If it's not his job, what he's doing with the Montreal Canadiens, scoring goal, play on the offensive
Coach.
side, and to create offensive, he's not there for that. He's not enough in defensive zone coverage. So what is his job with the
Coach.
Montreal Canadiens? He's 6'4",
It's very
240
simple.
pounds.
It's very
If he's not there for physicality, what is the job at Jacky with the Montreal Canadiens?
If that were the case, they would have got any goon to go in there and play, right? That's not the situation. The situation that is conflicting him is the fact that he's been told not to get stupid penalties.
No.
Yes.
When did you hear
100%.
Martin St. Louis said we told him to not do it? When did you hear that?
Many
When did
times.
you hear he cannot do
many times,
this?
numerous. When he says my job is to make him a better defenseman,
But
then
that's
that's
normal.
exactly what he's implying.
That's
He doesn't
normal.
want him to take stupid penalties. He doesn't want him to go out there and necessarily start a fight. Now, that doesn't mean he won't do it at some point. Like if
We're
when
losing you,
somebody
Mr. Enortap.
taking a player on that's on the ice is being putting a leash to you, and you're expecting him to go out there and fight, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Either you let him play his game and continue to improve defensively. I think defensively he's been doing a good job. I don't think he's been at the cause of many of the goals.
Mr. Enortap, against Boston, why they fight Jekai is trouble.
But why should they both have fought there?
Why they fight?
That was the wrong
Why they
decision
decide to
make.
fight?
Well, because they were challenged. Well, the first fight was that was set. That the first fight with Struble and Zadorov that was established before the game even started. All right. It's the second one. It was Janot that went after Jack-Eye and wanted to start something. And I'm not against him fighting him. Of course, I think that's important. What I'm against is the fact that he was at the end of a line change, and that's a stupid time to pick a fight. You can do it later on in the game. I mean, yesterday there was no reason for him to go out there and start a fight. It doesn't make sense. If it was 5-1, okay, let's get a spark.
Why you're losing 3-1? You don't want him to create a spike plug to turn the momentum.
Okay, he didn't fight. Did they come back in the game?
It's not about the comeback, Mr. Enortap. What are you looking for him to do what? To play only hockey? That's what you're telling me? He's a good defenseman. Just play hockey, Jack-Eye. We don't need you. We don't need you to physicality of the game. Just play skill like Lennartson. It's not make sense to me. No. He is there for one role, specific role, physicality. He's there for defend his players. If someone get hit, you get there, talk to the player. He did not bark anything last night. It was quiet, like he was 5'10" on the ice last night. You need a guy with Jack-Eye to show who he is and the team. He did not do it last night again. If it's not to play that way, again, you have to play. Why he play only 9 minutes, Mr. Enortap? If he's so good on defensive zone, if he clean the house in front of the net, why he play only 10 minutes per game?
Look, Coach, respectfully, I disagree with it. Why did he play 9 minutes? You'll have to ask Martin St. Louis that question.
Because he's not good enough, Mr. Enortap.
Well, it's what he has. And if you're going to sit him down at 9 minutes and you're now reducing Struble's time as well, who's now making a lot of turnovers, I believe he's at a -2 as well. Guess what? You're going to be playing 4 defensemen for over 26 minutes a game. And then that's when injuries start to happen. That's when mistakes on the ice start to happen, right? When a game is close, I don't think you go out there with the intent, let me go start a fight so that we can get back into this. It happened. Like, how many penalties did Columbus get yesterday? 0. So what incentive is there to go out there, start a fight, and probably draw an instigating penalty as well on top of the 5 minutes?
So you're telling me right now tonight, you're telling me when you're losing game, you don't want your big boy fight anyone and don't change any spike plug. So how do you change the momentum in the game?
How about one of your forwards does it? How about a Josh Anderson? How many times has he fought this year? Why doesn't he go? You can afford to lose a forward, and it's less detrimental to your team than losing a defenseman. That's my point.
So you want Josh Anderson fight, and why Jack-Eye is on the lineup now?
Okay, Coach, we're taking this to the extreme here, and the point is, he's not just on the team to fight. That's not his primary and exclusive role for the team. He's there to be a solid third pairing defenseman that will give you 10 to 12, 13 minutes a game and will not hurt you in the time that he gives. Right? You got to give him a role. Right now, I don't think he's been given a specific role. What is it? You want to go out there and be a defenseman? You want to go out there and be a fighter? What is it? And that's part of the problem. Why he hasn't converted because he doesn't understand what's going on. And
I
quite frankly, I
completely
don't
disagree
either.
with you. I'll be honest with you. Why he's not understands? Because he's not playing at the level he's supposed to be. You guys, you protect him a lot, and you're going to tell him, I'm going to promise you, I'm going to predict this. Jacky, that we're talking about, is an excellent 13-minute in NHL. Unfortunately, he will be out of the lineup many times because he's already at the top of the ceiling. Not because he get benched because he cannot know what to do. He's because he's just a talent average and lower. If his job is not to protect, if his job is not to play physical, if his job is not to fight, honestly, Jacky is not better at all other defensemen in NHL. It's not his skill, his talent is going to keep him in the NHL. You're going to be better to have other defensemen play good hockey game. Is this what you're telling me? It's better to have only defensemen play good on defensive side of the game. Jacky have no reason to be with the Montreal Canadiens.
You're taking it out of context, Coach. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, yes, he does. He does have to have that ability to fight when the time is right. When the time is right. But if your coach is telling you, look, if you take a stupid penalty, you're going to sit on the bench. Guess what? You're not going to go out there searching for a penalty unless there's a flagrant incident that happens out there. Somebody took a shot at Cole Caulfield. You're not going to get involved. You're going to get involved in that, but you're not going to get involved in regular play. And that's the whole issue. I think that they have to give him the liberty to participate with the physicality a little bit more, and it's not happening.
All right.
Hey, we can disagree. We can disagree. That's fine.
The clash, like you said, Mr. A2, about that. You live, you Jacky, guys? Perfect with me. I don't have no problem with that part over there. I have no problem with that part over there. If you see him to be a next Bobby Orr, or you see him to be a play on the defense, on the offensive side of the game, or the play there only to be skilled, this is what the kind of play you want to Jacky, guys. Unfortunately,
that's not what
I don't see him that kind of play it is. He does not skill right now in the NHL. I apologize, guys. You can tell me all the year long you need Jacky in your lineup, but he does not hit. And your game, he does not show up to change the momentum to go talk and the people in front of the net. He never, Olivier talked to him. He turned around.
What do you mean he never hits? He's one of the leading hitters
last night, Mr. Enortap.
Okay, that's one game, Coach. That's
do you want to give him? Do you want me to give him the number of
the hit
he has this year, Mr. Enortap?
Yes.
I'm going to give you this, Mr. Enortap. I'm going to give you that one with him, Mr. Enortap. Very soon, I'm going to give you guys your game on the game log of the Jacky. Jacky is it's X. It should be at the bottom right there. There you go, guys. I'm going to give you, Mr. Enortap, his number of the game with 2 hits and more per game. All right. Come on.
And look at the minutes while you're at it as well.
Yeah, what?
Because that
makes 9 minutes per game, I believe.
Yeah, well, you're going to get less hits in 9 minutes than you would if you play 15 minutes.
Yeah. Mr. Enortap, he played what? 18 game? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, 0 hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game. 13 of the 18 game he played, Mr. Enortap, was 0 hit and 1 hit.
Okay.
That's not make sense to me. He's supposed to be there for physical, Mr. Enortap. I cannot tell you more. And he have.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Coach. I mean,
Dallas,
we have
Boston,
cover.
Philadelphia, Mr. Enortap. He have 3 fights this year. 4 fights. He fight Rempe also. Tell me which one he won and he completely destroyed someone on the fight. Deslauriers, Janot, and then he have Dallas. He got who? I don't know the position. For me, Mr. Enortap, right now, Jekai does not play with mojo. He does not play at the level he's supposed to be. And if he cannot be physical, in my opinion, he should not play with Montreal. He should be out to scratch.
Okay, so my whole point behind this was it's not necessarily him that doesn't want to be physical and doesn't want to start a fight. I'm just saying that there's more behind the scenes than we are aware of. And I think he pretty much has a leash on him from the coach. But let's move on. That's great. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree. That's fine. If he's that much of a problem, I would say, and I've been saying this in the chat many times, go ahead, trade him. Let's see how many teams line up to get Jacky.
Yeah.
I bet you'll have 31 teams line up. If he's so bad, why would anybody want such a poor
Because
defenseman
your
that
common
can't
sense,
fight?
Mr. Enortap, you cannot fight because you're a defenseman. You're going to lose him for X minutes and make the Montreal in the trouble. You said to me,
That's
John Anderson
Martin
should be
St.
there.
Louis.
He should fight for the Montreal. So I would say to you, trade Jacky, trade him, get another fighter on the top forward, and that will be solve the problem.
I don't see that. Like, I'm sorry.
But that's the point, Mr. Tap. If your defenseman cannot fight, like because you said Martin Week said he cannot lose this guy for 5-7 minutes, but go get a forward can fight, and then you get a better defenseman, and that will be satisfy the defensive side of Montreal Canadiens, Mr. Tap, and that would drop the TOI for other people. That's what I see on that one.
Yeah, my comments are coming from what I perceive Martin St. Louis doing with him in terms of wanting a particular brand out of him. And it starts with the fact that he doesn't want him to get stupid penalties. It's as simple as that. He doesn't want him to get into fights every night. You've even said it on many occasions. The NHL has changed. There's not that many fights anymore. Right? Do you remember saying that?
I'm sorry, I'm just like reading the people in the chat right now, so I apologize for that one. Coach, you're talking about a winning fight.
Yeah, well.
When the last time Jacky won a fight, Mr. Enortap? He's supposed to be there. He built his name to be the sheriff in NHL.
And how did he build that name?
To beat people.
He fought a lot of people. Okay,
but which
so
one he
are
beat?
you going to win? Are you going to win 100% of your fights?
He did not beat the top of the NHL, Mr. Enortap. He did not beat Delaurier. He did not beat Desharnais. He did not beat Olivier. He did not beat Janot. They are the top 5 at the NHL. You cannot call him the sheriff, Mr. Enortap.
Well, last year he took one guy out of hockey, Phoenix, or 2 years ago. He beat Reeves twice last year. I mean, I don't want this to digress into an argument about fights. That's not the point here. If you take any tough guy over the century that has fought in the NHL, you'd be hard to find one fighter that you can say, hey, he won all his fights, every single one. Probert, Domi, Peluso, you bring up any name you like. They did not win all their fights. It happens. Sometimes you're going to win most of your fights. Sometimes you're going to lose some. It's simple. So you're looking at 3 fights and you're saying, okay, he lost 3 fights. Okay, well, that's fine. I just don't get it.
For me, he does not play at this level. If you cannot hit, you cannot play that what you're supposed to be. I don't know what he's doing with the team. But we can move on now.
But my question is it him or is it the coach that's telling him not to?
It's him.
That's my issue. I doubt that.
It's not that. So he cannot hit anybody anymore. He cannot get in the corner, say, oh, I cannot hit buddy. Let's go play with my stick in the corner, and then I will try to go around. He cannot crush the guy in front of the net. He cannot push someone in front of the net. Come on. We need to be sure we cover this guy.
We're talking about fighting. We're not talking about hitting. He does his job. Why did they say that his greatest value is gonna be in the playoffs?
All right, he does his job. He's a great defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. I just said he does not play at the level he's supposed to play. He lost his mojo. That was the conversation at the beginning. And
Okay,
the reason why he lost
all
his
right.
mojo, he lost his fight. So he's went out play on his head. And the reason he lost his fight is because now he's not fighting like he was before. That affect his play. It affect his play. He cannot hit. If he cannot hit, if he cannot represent who he is not enough skill to play right now with the Montreal Canadiens. If that's who you fans like him that way, I have no problem. I just said he lost his mojo of his game. Right now we blame Martin Saint Louis because he lost his mojo. I disagree. If he cannot hit, if Cole Caulfield is on top at zero hit, zero shot on the net for the next 5 games, but he played great. He played like Bob Gainey on defensive zone. Are you agree? We need Cole Caulfield to be Bob Gainey? No. His skill, Mr. Enortap,
Totally
is to be an
different.
offensive player, is to put the puck in the net. Jacky is there for physicality of the game. It does not physicality the game. What's the point to get Jacky? Everybody play a
Okay.
role.
Trade him. Trade him. I don't see why they haven't traded him already. Go ahead, trade him, and then we'll ask the question. Well, who's going to defend this team?
His brother,
We'll
Florent
see.
Jacky, Mr. Enortap.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, we'll see. Okay, let's move on, Coach.
All right, the suit out of the game, Mr. Enortap, the obscure and the offense at the turning point.
Stood out, Jackeye. No, I'm just kidding. For me, it would have to be Lane Hudson, as I mentioned earlier. He had a couple
Yeah.
points again. He was a +2. He drove the play. We said it earlier. As he goes, the team goes. He had, and this is odd to say for him. He had 5 shots on net as well yesterday. Something that he was practicing, getting more shots on net. And I thought he had a couple of hits himself. He had, I think, 1 or 2 block shots, and he had, I think, over 25 minutes of ice time as well. So for me, he was the stood out. The obscure, it's a toss up for me. I have Matheson, but I don't consider that an obscure because I think he's been playing very well all
Can
year.
help
So
you?
I'm gonna go with Davidson personally.
Oh, Mr. Enortap, I have
Be-
someone else.
okay, who?
I think you'll be agree with me. Sakaski.
Slavkovsky, but again, I wouldn't consider him
It's because
obscure.
he has zero shot and 0 point on the score sheet. That's the reason I put him on the obscure. He was my obscure
Oh,
player
I see.
because he's 0 point.
That's
So, you know
fair.
what I mean?
Fair enough.
He did a really good play in front of the net. He was screening. We talked about how he skated before that. That's the reason I put him there. Does it make sense? But
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Davidson had
I would
four
agree with
hit
that.
last night, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. Davidson, again, in only the 9.5 minutes that he played, I thought like he had 4 hits. I thought he presented a danger every time he was on the ice. There's something happening, and you could tell he's bringing that energy to the game, and that's what you desperately need. So I personally gave it to him. In terms of at the office, I'm going to go with, and I hate to do it because he's had a really good year for the most part, but Dobson yesterday, I didn't think it was one of his best games. He
Yeah.
had 2 or 3 critical turnovers. We talked about the one on the first goal where he backed away from Wierenski and gave him a clear shot on net. The second goal as well with the carrier behind the net. I know that he's still got a couple points. If or no, just one. I think he got 1 assist. But still, he's had better games this year. So I would just send him down to the office to sort of, talk to him about not so much his offensive, but his defensive game for this particular time. And we have a new category, the turning point of the game.
Yeah, it's your 2 goal. You talk about this. I think the 2 goals make the turning point of this game. I think it was
Yeah.
Lane Hudson
Yeah.
at the third period. It was the turning point.
Absolutely.
At the office, Mr. Enortap, we go with 2. And it's not Jacky, by
Jacky.
the way. People may be thinking I was going to go with Jacky. I will say to you, one, I'm going to give him a subway ticket or a ticket, take the bus to go to Laval. I will say to you, Joshua Roy for me, out. Very bad game for me. And then also Joe Villano for me is another one, like Mark Elliott said about this. Yeah, two things right there.
Yeah,
First,
yeah, I would
Joe
agree.
Villano, guys, after 18, 19 game, I could add also Gallagher, Miss Enortap, to be honest with you. But I will go with Joe Villano and Joshua Roy. Joshua Roy, Miss Enortap, here's the point. You know, you're talking about Fantilli in front of the net, everything. That was
Yeah, yeah,
responsibility. But I can understand your point there.
yeah.
But I will say to you guys, Miss Enortap, here's right now on his last chance, maybe, or the only one you have a chance because you have an injury. But right now, Mr. Top, you can see the reaction of Davidson in two game urgency. He skate hard. He tried to create something. When Mr. Top, he is floating. Like he skate around like a you know. He just skate around.
Yeah,
He's not create anything. Maybe he tried his best. But at the end of the day, Mr. Top, he does not have a great. He's not a great skater, and that's not good enough for him to stay in NHL if he want to go. That's if you want to stay in NHL, Mr. Tap. It's sad to say that we love
you're
Joshua
right.
Webb. You know what I mean? Like we love
Yeah,
Samuel Montembeau. We love, but at the end of the day, that's the reality. It's for me last night. It's like, come on, buddy. That's it. That's it. So for me right now, I just sent back in Laval and I'm going to get another one to the game during the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday, and you have to move on.
you're right.
I think
No,
this
you're
is the
right.
way I
You're
see
right,
that.
coach. Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. And I think what the difference is, I mean, if he's left to his own vices, in front of net, like he's got some good mitts he can score if he gets the opportunity, but he's too easy to move out of the play, and so he becomes a non-factor. Like he doesn't have that physicality to stand his own in front of the net or to win a battle in the corner. And that's sort of what you're seeing in the NHL. You can't get away with it. In the AHL, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, sorry about that. A lot of great comments in the chat. Austin, welcome back. Pierre Maurice, A2GF, Pierre W. And we all agree on that one. We have two players right now, and the two players we all agree is Veleno and Joshua. Mr. Tap, talking about this,
Yeah, Belino.
Hughes is on the phone right now. And because something's going on with Montreal Canadiens. So the question right there is to ask you guys, do you think Montreal Canadiens right now are going to trade and what they're looking for and what they have to do? Last year they trade at some point, they wait. They go after 22 game and then you have the surge of Patrick Laine in December, and then you have the trade for Alex Carrier when they realized the right defenseman was missing there. What is the biggest problem right now for the Montrealians, for Martin, for can Hughes make a trade, or you think he's going to be patient? The rumor around from Renaud Lavoie and other people, maybe Hughes is really busy right now on the phone to get someone quicker, faster. But if it is, Mr. Tap, what kind is looking for? What is looking for?
Well, I still think that 2C is an important position for them to try to fill out. I know we've tried different players there, and it's unfortunate that the injuries have kicked in, and that's really sort of taken away from seeing and evaluating some of the players. I mean, we looked at Doc, and he was slowly starting to come into his own a little bit. Newhook was having a good year, whether he played at center or on the wing. His speed created opportunities for Montreal, and so now it puts him in a very difficult situation, right? But I think the message that goes through to me is what Gordon said from the beginning of the year when at his press conference. He said, we will not deter from what our overall plan is. We will not mortgage just to fill in a spot because there's that need right now to make the playoffs. Like, I know everybody wants to make the playoffs this year, but if it happens that they don't because the injuries have amounted, and they didn't address their 2C position. It's the 2C would not be not addressed if because Hughes didn't try. It's because other teams obviously are also, and many teams are in search for a 2C as well. And so, are you going to outbid them in order to get, a type of player that comes over, and you still have hopefully people in the pipeline that eventually will come up and maybe fill that spot, right? There's a couple players that we're hopefully counting on, but I don't think at this point there has to be an urgency. I think that they have to find it within themselves to try to do something internally, like within the system that they have and with the players that they have. Now, again, that won't stop Hughes. That won't stop Hughes. He's going to definitely try, and I think that that's the area he's going to try to address.
Okay. Do you have a specific position, or you thinking he could go left and right, like a
2C,
winger
2C.
or a third defenseman, or I will give you three options, right? A top six, a
Yeah.
bottom six, or the bottom three of the defensemen with experience in NHL, right? Can play with grits, maybe fill up some details of the game. How you feel about that?
Yeah, for me, like I said, I think that they have to complement that first line that's been going at a great clip. And the way you do that is you need a centerman, a left-handed centerman, preferably, that obviously can win faceoffs for you, plays the 200-foot game, is responsible defensively, and drives the play, right? And that's the key thing. So now, if you've created two lines that can both score, that makes you that much more of a danger. Your bottom six, that's not a huge concern right now. Of course, you want that energy, but you can get that in other ways. The defenseman is an issue, right? Like the injuries. If Gouli doesn't come back soon, it could present problems.
Marco, talk à Mr. Roger Delaunay. You have to rewind the video if you want to get a great conversation me and Enortap a couple of minutes ago. If you want to see a clash, Roger, rewind the video. Welcome back, by the way. Thanks for all the likes. Marco talk about Blake Coleman, and I think you have to go with Mark Elliott, I believe, with PLW. Talk about Blake Coleman, a prototype of player like Blake Coleman.
I mean, it depends what you're after, right? If you truly believe that somebody like Cage will come in and be your long-term 2C, then you look for a stopgap, right? Somebody that come in, has some experience, left-handed preferably, and can fill in that 2C spot. Coleman, yeah, sure, why not? Not bad. I think that he would fit the role. I think he brings some very good truculence to his game, and will help Montreal. But I wouldn't bank on that to be a long-term solution. It's a short-term solution.
Marco said they don't have a left shoulder center in the organization. It does not have to be a second center for the Montreal. So he may be looking for a center. I know Blake Coleman. We mentioned some names, guys. Of course, he has Frank close on the contract, and they have maybe 1 year more his contract. 4.9 is not taps, not bad at all for Coleman. He's 33 years old. I understand the age is not a career. I understand that, right? But still, Ryan O'Reilly, example with Nashville, his name was mentioned. Some people talk about Senkos, Marchessault. Me, I disagree with that part over there. But I think O'Reilly, 1 more year after the following year, I think if you can get a player with all ages, right, and you can get for not too much, but can fill what you have, whatever second or third center, a left shoulder, can get your winger, can help you on the different situation, the game. I think OB1 like him, it could be set. Now, I'm going to surprise everyone here, guys. I know it does not fit. It does not fit the position you're looking for. I understand that. I know that.
Is this the one you hooked us in at the beginning with?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Drum roll, please. Drum roll.
I know.
Who are we going after?
I know. Everyone wants to get a second center. I understand that, and it's good about that one over there. I know it. It's a plus. We're looking for a second center. I know you're going to be disagree, all of you, all with me about that. And I tried to pick someone have his contract is not too much expensive, fit with a Montreal Canadian contract, right? And he's not 27, 28 because it would be cost too much. But that team is a trouble, Mr. Enortap, and they have to. I think this thing is going to blow out everything, and they're going to rebuild. And to rebuild, Mr. Enortap, you have to start with something in return. And Philip Forsberg.
Oh, that would be lovely. That would be lovely.
31 years old,
obviously
Mr. Enortap. He's only have a contract at 8.5. Yes, he still have 3 more years after that, 4 more years after that. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I think, Mr. Enortap, with Patrick Laine is leaving next year, with what you see from Budzik right now, and what you have right now on the Montreal Canadiens, Michael Edge or Saraski, or they have nothing there. If you look about all around the players right now, the team, I think you have to target two team, the Blues and the Nashville Predator. And yes, you can patch up with a player for 1 more years like O'Reilly, everything like that. But if you want to thinking about long term and to play with Demidov and to play on the top 6 on top and with a $8.5 million contract, you can get players maybe 11 million. But if you want to stay under this kind of template, I think Philip Forsberg is a good target with Nashville. What is the cost? A first round pick.
That's a good question.
Right? And somewhere else. But I think for me, that would be something I was looking for.
Yeah, there's a couple of other teams that are in dire straits, right? Like a lot of talk with St. Louis right now as well. Possibly if they continue to lose, are they going to blow it up a little bit? They've already opened conversation on a couple of players that are made available on the market. So the phone is ringing there too in St. Louis. Boston's made it no secret that they're open to making trades. But again, you have to evaluate it from the perspective what do they believe is happening within the system, coach? Do they truly believe? And I know that Zurowski and Hage have not necessarily always played at the center position, but they have had experience at that position. So do they want to make them into a centerman? That's the key issue. Do they have these skills to produce at that level? I mean, that's the $1 million question, because if you believe that one of those two or somebody else can fill the shoes, then you just need a stopgap for a couple of years, 3 years, whatever the case might be. And there are options out there. If you believe, no, that's not going to do it, I need somebody that's semi-proven in the NHL right now, then you're going to pay a hefty price to get that player on your team. But it will open other options up for you in terms of filling in the wings.
And, if you look about, not sure I will spend the asset on Forsberg. Now, he will eventually trade for a center about that, Marco. Now, if you think that way, Marco, and understand everybody there, that show Michael Edge, we cannot be a center in Montreal, or Zurowski cannot be a center. At some point, guys, we have to fill up 2 positions on the top 6, a winger and a center. If you look about the prospect we have right now, Zurowski and Michael Edge are more a center. And what on the winger, guys, we don't have anybody. Like, we don't have a lot of winger right now, and the Montreal organization can get that spot over there. So you have to get a choice right there.
Top 6.
And again, I'm not saying they have to go there, right? They don't have to trade. I'll just give you a player where he fit on the salary cap and everything like that. You're going to set how much he cost for Philip Forsberg. I can go, guys, with the Canada Hurricane trade Rantanen for the Dallas Star. They gave them a first round pick 2026 conditional, a first round pick and 2028 conditional, a third round pick and a third round pick and 2 years back to back, and they gave Logan Stankoven.
Mm-hmm.
So Stankoven, Mr. Enortap, is not a top 6 in the NHL, right? It's not like a top 6.
Middle
It's
six.
a third line
Middle
forward.
six.
So for me, Stankoven equal for me. I maybe exaggerate, but maybe Alex Newhook, maybe.
Yeah, they're different type of player. It's hard to compare them, right? A different type, different style too.
You know, if you look
Yeah.
about Logan Stankoven, guy is 22 years old. He had 10 points this year. A little bit better on the offensive side, but he's still 38 point, 29 point, and now he's looking a little bit better at 10 point. My point behind that, Mr. Enortap, you gave 2 first round pick, you gave him another third round pick, whatever you want to get there, and you maybe trade Adam Ekstrom with that. Nashville want more to rebuild the team, so maybe another prospect with William Trudeau, go with that part over there. But that's what I think. Now,
I can't see that happening.
Or N26, other people say, okay, don't get that kind of asset for a second center, for a winger like Forsberg. I completely agree with you. If you get a second center, but who is the center? You know what I mean? And you have to go with a team
That's the
is
million-dollar
rebuilding.
question. Yeah, or somebody that's ready to blow it up, right?
Yeah, and I understand that. Guys, I just opened a conversation here. It's not like they have to get there. Age is not a center. It's obviously at least 3 or 4 years away about that
They
one over there.
They did start him at center, Marco. He actually put on 15 pounds over the summer, and the intent was exactly for that. So he would have some strength up the middle. You know, they haven't always played him at that position. I agree with that, but if that's the case, then why did they take him off center? Maybe he isn't producing.
And the reason behind that, Mr. Enortap, is because right now, Kapanen fill a good hole over there right now. Like, honestly, Kapanen fit. He has 7 goals, Mr. Enortap. You cannot say we are not good right now with Kapanen. Kapanen fit a good. Now, is it all the time great? No. But for his rookie, Mr. Enortap, with 7 goals, play a second role, play also as a second center and NHL, that's really demanding, I'll be honest with you.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and if you want to go there, guys, why
Very
Forsberg
responsible.
and other player, guys? Because right now, Nashville, the Blues, and the Calgary are going to blow out. They're going to get something. To talk about Pew Sutter. Sutter is a center, of course, 29 years old, 5'11", Kevin, $4 million. It's not expensive too much. It will not cost too much to get him. He shot on the left side on that one. So it could be another one if you want to go at the bottom 6, helping the Montreal Canadiens. And, wow, 2 first round pick, Engstrom for a player who would like to be
right?
a rental too much. Mark, no, it's not a rental, guys. Forsberg guy have about 4 more years on his contract. It's not a rental. Then get least cost solution. PW talk about St. Louis want to trade for Pio Sutter. Even team Canada Junior play him or Sutter is part of out. It would be like a Jordan Kyrou for him. Mitch Bennett, we need a left winger. I don't have a second center in the pipeline. I disagree, Marco. We have Michael Edge and we have Zarowski right now. And the reason he does not play center for Team Canada is because they have already their center in front of him. About that, McKenna and the rest. I can see Kapanen as a solid third center in NHL. Possible there. But again, with conversation, guys, I just opened the door, Mr. Enortap. I didn't say they have to go that direction allowed, but we see happening. Did you make a mistake, Mr. Enortap? Now,
In terms of?
Here we go. I know you're going to ask me that question. What does coach think Nashville would want in return for Forsberg?
A lot.
Not about a lot, Mr. Tap. It's about what you get in return. It's about prospect. It's about how they can retool or refill or restart better. And for them, it's definitely a 2 first round pick. You have to get there, and then after that, you have to get a player, or you increase your prospect players, and you get a first round pick. But if you get a first round pick, Mr. Tap, you get a second round pick, you get a player like Angstrom, you get an Alexi Hook. That's maybe talk right there. Of course, we start that way, and then you can fix everything like that, right? But that would be the cost right there. But again, like Marco said, it'll be everybody, how we put those assets, Mr. Tap, for a second center, or we go to asset for a winger.
Yeah. You have to address it's got to be the top 6 for sure, no matter how you slice and dice it.
And Mr. Tap, and the NHL right now, guys, they don't give their best player. They all sign them. Next season right now, we have Panarin and we have Alex Stock. Before the season start, Kempe, McDavid, and I can go all the way like that. We have so many.
McTavish. Yeah.
It'll be so difficult right now for the Captain. It's fine, but again, no left end, center, and pipeline, none. You're right about this, Marco. So why not to get a third center like in the past was Christian Dvorak? We have no one at the investment in Laval besides Ekstrom. That would be an NHL player. But at some point, guys, we have to do something, right?
Look, if Minnesota doesn't make it, coach, I'm telling you, the guy to go get is Eric Sinek. That guy would be the absolute perfect
Which one?
second center. Eric Sinek from Minnesota. He would be absolutely perfect. Can kill penalties. He's got size. He can score. He's a very versatile player. He's 6'4", if I'm not mistaken. Plays
but that's the difference. That's the one who will not be traded for the Minnesota Wild, right? He's not going to be.
Well, if they don't make the playoffs, I think that they're looking at a similar situation to St. Louis.
Oh, not that way, Mr. Tap. They play better now. I understand your point of view, but it's not the same level at the St. Louis Blues right now.
No,
but I can understand you talk about this. We have no one in defenseman Laval besides Ekstrom. That would be an NHL player. Nashville are not trading for us, but if Stamkos, Riley, Starwood are still there. And 26, you're right about that. But think about this also in 26, and for everybody, who has the best value for the Nashville, Mr. Tap? It's Forsberg.
It's Forsberg, yeah.
You can talk about Roman Ozy.
Saros, for some teams, Saros might have a huge value.
Yeah, and you have Roman Ozy, but Roman Ozy is battled with injury for the last 3 years, also at the head. I better protect their pick if they trade it, standing way too close about that. Again, we just talk about this, Mr. Tap. We just open up the door for that. Did Hughes make a mistake, guys? We're going to keep this. We're going to go, though, because we already hit the 10:30, Mr. Tap. And I'm going to talk about this tomorrow night at the Laval Market. We'll go to the show tomorrow. Dobesh reaction. I don't know if did you hear about that?
From yesterday's game?
Yeah.
I didn't hear him yesterday, no. No.
After the game, he did not stop to see player. He goes straight to the locker room, and when he went to the bench, he smashed the stick on the board. And for many people in the hockey world, that was not really welcome with them about his reaction. Remember what he did a couple of weeks ago? He cried, and now he react that way. And people said it's time for someone in the locker room talk to him and to tell him it's not about him anymore. It's about the team, and it's the team players, and not. Some people talk about the fact he's complaining about, something happened, everything like that. So, again, I don't want to make a big this, but it was really today on the French station about the fact, like, his reaction after the game was not welcome around the team. The way he quit the ice yesterday can be upset, Mr. Enortap. And at some point, you have to control your emotion. Does that make sense? Like, whatever you give a goal or whatever you
Yeah,
losing,
I totally,
you know what I mean? And I don't want to make this like a
yeah,
big,
I totally understand that.
again, Tobesh a lot. But I think that's something you have to look about that for the Montreal Canadiens. And again, it's not, but it was a big conversation today, Mr. Enortap. At 10:33, Mr. Enortap, I don't want to let you go because I want to give you the clash very quickly. It's going to be more calm, the clash like we did against Jacky, so don't worry about that. That will be a little bit quick, 5 minutes, and we get out here, guys. And let's go quick, Mr. Enortap. Washington over 94.5.
I'm gonna say slightly under, so not at all, not at all. I think that they'll be a playoff bound team, but I just don't think they'll hit 95.
I think I go with you on that one. I think they're not going to
Yeah.
make the 95 point. I agree with you. Mark said no also. Petron was never have a smash things up on that one. Yeah, I agree with you. I know, guy, will go quick. If you want to answer, put your answer right there. If you don't mind, that'd be good. And we're going to keep picking up everything like that. Under and 26 on that one. Dallas now winning 3-2. Jason Robinson is hot, Mr. Top 11 goal of the year. People have him on your fantasy team. LDP 92. About that. All right. Toronto over 94.5, Mr. Top.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's a similar situation.
But that's that's why I ask you this
Yeah,
question, Mr. Top.
I don't like what I'm seeing defensively from Toronto. Be quite honest, and they're not getting the goaltending that they had last year. Now, unless Wall really, changes the complexion of the team by standing on his head, I cannot see them hitting 95 points. I'll go with not at all.
Not allowed Toronto under 90. All right, I go with you also. Not allowed. I know you tell me I put them out of the playoffs, so I cannot put them at 95, Mr. Top, about that one.
That's
There.
right.
We can talk bad against Toronto. Chanu is not listening right now. Martin Besner is in the house. Welcome, everybody. Don't forget, please, to click on the likes. San Jose over and St. Louis under 81.5, Mr. Top.
San Jose over and
Yep.
St. Louis under.
So it's
81.
500, Mr. Top. So
Yeah.
San Jose play over
Yeah,
500 and
yeah.
St. Louis play under 500.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll say absolutely to that. Yeah, I like that. And just going back to emotional goalies. I mean, sometimes you don't mind seeing a little bit of emotion with a goalie. I agree that you don't want it on a nightly basis. I mean, you look at somebody like Binnington. Here he is, Team Canada's goalie. He's probably the most emotional goalie out there.
It was about that. It was explaining like it's not welcome around the team to see a player with that kind of emotion about that because you're going to lose games on top. You're going to lose an overtime or shootout, and you're going to give goal about that. So the talk about is body language emotion. That would be the best way.
I know. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I just brought up Binnington as a joke because, I mean, he's thrown water bottles at Kadri.
Yeah. It's not
a all sorts of
situation right there, Mr.
And yet he's our Team Canada goalie. So there you go.
All the 6 original team play for over 84.5, Mr. Top. Boston, Rangers, Montreal, Toronto, Chicago.
All of them.
All of them.
I'm going to go with absolutely. Oh, no. Yeah. I'll go with absolutely. Yeah.
Chicago get 85 points, Mr. Top.
I think so. I think they can hit 85. I think they can hit it. I'm liking the team. It's very exciting. I do anticipate them to drop a little bit. They're not going to sustain this. But you know what? Again, look at their goalie situation is very strong. Look at the work of Rinzel and Levshinov is coming on right now. Defensively, they're there as well. Their forwards, they finally Bedard now finally has some pieces to work with Nazar and I like what they're building towards, and I think they can hit 85, but they would be right at the limit.
Yeah, I would go with not alone on that one. I think it will be one or two teams would be under 85. Jet win tonight 5-2 again. The Columbus Blue Jacket, Mr. Tap.
Go Jets, go!
Next one, the last one, Mr. Tap. We have 4 new team champions on each division on that classic last season. And then you have the Metropolitan, the Central, and the Pacific. We expect 4 team new for the champion. I think the only one can be close is the Carolina Hurricane. I think the rest will be really out. I don't think so. Vegas and Winnipeg and Atlantic will be the same team, I believe.
Yeah, I think in the Metro it's pretty much between New Jersey and Carolina, so that's the only one. Central Colorado should be there. Last year was Winnipeg. Pacific, I don't anticipate Anaheim staying there, which they're at right now. It'll be interesting, but I think that'll be a new team as well. And then who do we have? I think we covered them all. Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. The Atlantic. The Atlantic is up for grabs in my eyes. I still think Tampa Bay has a very good shot, but they have to get their injured
At the end of
players
the day,
back
Mr.
in order.
Tap, Carolina is only the one team I'll be a little bit more concerned about that.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the only one.
so I will go with absolutely for that one.
Yeah, me too.
And but the Carolina could be the one could problem about that one over there. And that's all, Mr. Tap, on this show. With that, 10:40, we're going to talk about Hughes next week. I think we see you maybe Sunday night for the Red Lights again. We're going to do the Sunday night at Mr. Tap, and we're going to talk about the game Saturday against Toronto for sure. I'm going to review the first 20 game, every 10 game trench of the 10 game. We do a report card for the players, everything like that. So I'm going to go with you
Okay.
for the Red Lights. And tough back-to-back for Columbus tonight. Yes, great point about that. Columbus does not have to change the zone, the time zone, and they play 1 hour early. So it's not very difficult game for Columbus. They show up at 3 o'clock in the morning, Mr. Tap. You have to cross the border.
Yeah, and like I said yesterday, I was kind of surprised because I didn't see any sort of spark really in Columbus. Like usually they're a little bit more of a physical team, and they impose their play on you. I didn't really see that yesterday. I saw some players that were playing, but I didn't see that previous fight to them that I've seen in the past.
You're right about that. 2-2 Chicago and Calgary, Mr. Tap, right now between both teams. So that's all. We're going to see you again, like I said. Sorry. Tomorrow we'll go to Laval Rocket for everybody. And I can wait to see all of you. Mr. Tap, although the fact we clash each other, I think we did a good show. I think we'll be on the memory of that. And Mr. Tap, before you leave, you have to be ready on that one. The Turkey
Turkey
Awards
Award.
2025, 2026, fifth edition, Mr. Tap. It was confirmed this morning. I checked my my awards, and I need to put the one last year. And the Chicago take the lead 3-2, Mr. Tap. Who scored?
Nice.
Connor Bedard. What a great shot
There you go.
he has
There you
on
go.
that one. Mr. Tap, who was the winner of the awards last year? Do you remember?
Last year. Oh, good question.
Can I remember? Is it
Hmm.
Stamkos?
No, I don't think it was Stamkos. Maybe Marco can help us out. I can't recall.
If someone remember who was the winner, I have to check the show again. But I don't want to waste an hour to click. That was maybe not 30 minutes, but if you know who has that what a ball down shot by Connor Bedard, Mr. Enortap. But I can join Sunday if you guess one. Of course, Marco, you can join Sunday night about that. Yes, Mr. Enortap, we're going to figure out who was the winner of that, but we have other, of course. But Stanko's come in my mind.
You could be right. I just don't. It doesn't.
Every year we put Kokanemi, Mr. Enortap, but he's not him.
He's no longer even considered.
He's going to be a nomination again about that one. Someone said it's Randy Walkman. No, it was not Randy Walkman on the awards, Mr. Enortap. Maybe Luciano. Maybe we have to put this Luciano about that one. On the tail will be more easy this year, but I'm going to give you guys all the information about that for sure. So that it was an honor to work with you. I can wait to see you Sunday night, and can wait for the next class we got together.
It'll be great, and we won't talk about Jacky. We'll leave it alone.
Yeah, I think the people think I don't like Jacky. I never said I don't like Jacky. What I said is it's friendly. But good night, Mr. Enortap. And be ready for your Santa Claus tour. Start the next couple of weeks. We have to go through the Turkey before that.
Okay, sounds great. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Mr. Enortap, guys. Directly for Toronto. We love Mr. Enortap. We love to fight each other. That's what happens when you have a good friends. Good friends fight each other because we have to make a statement. And I just like to push him to the wall because we love him. But it's just fun to see him, Mr. Enortap. We love Mr. Enortap. Before we leave, we want to thank Mark Elliott of the Super Chat tonight, but we want to take a time to pray for rain. Lost all the belong during the fire, and live in Alaska, guys. It's cold over there, and she's okay. Everything is good, and on the healthy wise, and look, everything is good. The dog is good, and she saved something important. So that's the most important thing. So pray for her. Break away from Chicago. Make a break away, but did not capitalize. It was a great and honor to be with all of you tonight for the Red Lights. I can wish you. Tomorrow, guys, we'll go to the Laval Rocket, play tomorrow night, checking at 7 o'clock. And then I can wait to see you again for the Montreal Thursday night again at Washington. Until the next fight, a clash between all of us. We want to thank all the moderators tonight. Run with Kings, RJ Calabo, the news update. Great job, RJ, tonight. Glad to see you, my friend. Marco Larabé, thanks again to be with us tonight in the chat. And all the people agree or disagree, it's all good. And I can wait to see you the next time. Of course, we get better and better because you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. We have another pushing in the Chicago right there against Bedard. And again, be well, be L. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half or what? Someone said 2025. Wow. If I have a chance, guys, watch the game between Calgary and Chicago. It's pushing left and right. Mark, best a wish and luck to Rain and the family and his dog. Thanks so much. And all the best to Rain. Thanks so much. Best wish. Thank you guys to respond in the chat. Excellent stream tonight, Coach. You're welcome, Austin. Larry Lavalley, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your night on the beautiful, great Arizona. Cash, we love you, buddy. Always a pleasure to see Cash and the house. Mark again. PW, my friend. Good luck for you. Chin Chin tonight. Pete Martin, you still in the live survive mode. And A2 also, PLW. And Mr. Top cannot take Carolina anymore. And me, I cannot take Winnipeg. I wish you an amazing, great night, everybody. Can wait to see you tomorrow night. Until then, of course, the Hockey Nation, the Habs Nation, and all the animals in the kingdom of Thailand want to tell you one more thing. We love you, friends. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night. P.S. Good night, my friend. RJ, we love you. It's coming. Oh. Booyah!